everybody. I'm doing an energy reading for Sagittarius for the month of September. I'm going to relax and get connected with my spirit guides, and we'll see what the message is for all of you. Okay. Sagittarius. Okay, I have my hands against a window. The window is cool to the touch. There seems to be, the window is fogged up on the two sides, but I can see straight through. And I also see an image of a little boy who's climbed onto the couch in order to see out the window. So he's too small to just be able to see out the window by standing there. And he has to climb onto something in order to reach and be able to look out the window. So I'm seeing this as well. What is it that you're looking at? It's almost like you're looking at the window itself, not what is through the window, what is on the other side. We look through a window, right? But you're looking at the actual window. I mean, you're looking at the glass. It's very strange, but interesting. So the next part is when you look at the glass, there's some sort of profound discovery, and it's kind of it's out there, but it's effective. It works. And when you're looking at the glass, you see another dimension, and it's in between the two lines that create this glass, all right? So the glass is this thick, and inside there's another dimension. And you're looking into that other dimension, and you find a way to actually move through the glass and into the other dimension, and this works. And when you accomplish this, there are some things that you weren't able to foresee happening. And one of them here in this image is that you enter into the other dimension, but you didn't think to resize yourself, because you got to be a lot smaller in this dimension, and you can't be the size of a human. You have to be like the size of an atom. And you didn't think about that. So now you're pancake smashed between two lines, all right? You're in there. So it's, in a way, you could translate this as Sagittarius in September sees something that nobody else is going to be able to see. And what they see is quite an extraordinary thing that they're able to dive themselves into. However, when you dive into it, there's going to be some unforeseen things here. So it's actually, I'm the type of person that I go head first and then think later, because when you go head first and think later, you'll run into every single problem that you could possibly imagine. Then you can solve those problems, and then, I mean, why spend the time thinking, trying to figure out what all those problems might be? Why not just dive into the problems first and then figure it out? I swear it's the best way to live life. I have a feeling a lot of people will disagree. Okay, so you dive first and you're pancaked in there. And I'm just smiling. I'm like, yes, you're going to have to solve this problem. Let's see if you can solve it. You're there's like an ingenuity going on here that is awesome. You're figuring something out on a level that nobody else would even, I mean, people would be like, what? Wait, what? Wow, how'd you even come up with that? That's kind of what this type of thinking is in September. You're having these type of like wowzer thoughts, and you're participating in them and then solving problems inside of them that are creating more like wowzer thoughts. It's really impressive. And you're actually, what you're doing is you're not taking notice of the reality itself. Is sort of like, okay, my physical body is now a pancake. So what you choose to do is go inside yourself in order to reconcile this problem. That's what you choose to do, to go inside yourself. When you go inside yourself, you literally suck yourself inside yourself, and then you go really circulate really, really, really fast into a tiny little pop, as though you just disappeared. Is that like an implode? Did you implode there? Is that what imploding but you literally like sucked yourself inside of yourself and then you circulated really fast. It got tiny and just went pop. But you just disappeared. But you still are there. You just managed to resize yourself in some unthinkable way. And Sagittarius, you tell me that this is necessary. There's some people that I need to visit with, and these people aren't, they're not on the same level. So I have to go to extraordinary means to reach them in order to learn some things. And then once I learn those things, I'll have exactly what I need to do the next thing in my life. So I see you super tiny and you're going to like a convention. There's lots of people and they're dressed in like black suits and black top hats. And they have black canes and really big beards. It's kind of like the Mary Poppins feel with the banker men. They're kind of creepy and old and they're kind of scary in a way. They got that vibe like they're really... they feel like scary old men that are way too serious and they're also bankers. There's something. So you're talking to them here and they're smart though. Like I actually see one is smiling at you and he takes his hat off to you and he shakes your hand and he brings you into his circle and he wants to show you some things. He knew you would be coming. He was planning on you being here. And he's actually showing you around. What Spirit shows me about this scene, him showing you around is literally like, I don't know, like you're like a... I don't know, like some political upper, say you're the president. And now you go to a totally other country that you've never visited before, and they're going to show you the town and everything in this country. They're going to show you all this different stuff. And so that's kind of what he's doing. He's showing you around and he's even showing you different opportunities. You're welcome to try these new things out. You're welcome to dip into our cultural ways. You're welcome to stay. You're welcome to stay here and learn with us for however long you want to stay. And it's like a mini college. It's like introducing you to a different way of life. But it's to inspire you to become more intelligent, more crafty with your own mind, more observant, sharper witted, sharper senses. And it's like an intermission from life in order to become smarter. That's what's going on here. And it literally all happens quite quickly, even though it feels like a span of time, like 10 years here. And it feels like wonderful memories. It feels like, let's say you leave, you go to college, and you have this college experience, and it's absolutely surreal from any other experience you've ever had up until this point. And now you're taking care of yourself. College experience, it's like a new world, you know? But you have that experience for a set period of time, and you become smarter, you know? You learn and gain a lot of experiences in that time. And this is kind of what it feels like when you go into that other dimension. It feels like you're gaining a lot of experience. And when you leave that dimension, it's literally very quick and you're right back on the couch where you started as if you never left. And I see it's just a little boy that was looking at the window and now he's sitting on the couch and like nothing ever happened. Like this really did happen, but he'll never know that actually really did happen. It kind of comes back to the reality that our conscious mind is picking up on very tiny fragments of what is really going on here. We will never know all the unbelievable, unfathomable things that are happening here because our conscious mind just couldn't possibly fathom it, okay? This is a real event. This really did happen. And all of that experience actually was absorbed into this boy. And it's like a super energy download, but he wasn't even aware that happened. He's just sort of trying to turn the TV on right now and just watch some cartoons. He's like 3 years old. And they show me that this 3-year-old boy takes this unknown wisdom, this wisdom that is imprinted into his cells, and he had no idea that this actually happened, but it did. And as he ages, this wisdom is actually it's very inspiring for him. It's very he doesn't realize some of the things that he's attracted to in his dimension were some of the things that he was actually doing in that other dimension, very similar, reminding him of the same experience. So I tell my spirit guides, what in the world is Sagittarius supposed to think about this message for September when it doesn't really seem to apply to our human world? Well, it applies. I mean, what is that supposed to say to them? They're showing me that there's something very smart about Sagittarius. Very smart. And they're going to be turning the wheels, and they're being pulling in, absorbing, pulling in to the surface wisdoms that they had acquired at different times in their life. They had no idea that they had acquired it, or what their soul was doing in other dimensions in order to absorb it, and the lengths of time that they were doing it in. And all of this energy material that went right under your conscious awareness is rising to the surface in September. And it's going to, it's like it's activating. It's like an energy activation going on for you in September. So cool. I just see you getting smarter in September. That's what I see. You're getting smarter in September. And all of this translates to Sagittarius gets smarter in September. That's what happens. And I really do. I see your wheels turning like a perfectly, a tiny little pocket watch with all the tiny little gears, and it's running and functioning like brand new. And I see your wheels turning on this perfect level where it's just everything is running and functioning like brand new. And I can only imagine what kind of ideas are going to be popping into your head in September, but that's my message for you. Okay, thank you so much for watching. This was really fun. If you're interested in working with me one-on-one for a psychic session, please visit me at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. All right, have a great September.